Colonel Arjun Mehra stood tall, his uniform crisp and adorned with medals. It was his last day, 35 years of service. He raised his hand in a final salute. His heart swelled with pride. He had served his nation with honor. His wife Anjali stood beside him, her eyes filled with tears of joy and pride. Their son Rohan, a successful architect, and his wife Priya beamed with admiration. Little Arav, their grandson, watched in awe, clutching a small Indian flag. The ceremony ended. Colonel Mehra walked towards his family, his steps lighter. He embraced Anjali, her warmth a comforting anchor. He ruffled Arav's hair, a playful smile on the little one's face. "Grandpa's home now," he whispered. The car journey was filled with laughter and shared memories. They were heading back to their ancestral farmhouse, nestled in the foothills of the Himalayas. Colonel Mehra had dreamt of this day, of returning to his roots. The farmhouse awaited their arrival. Mango trees stood tall, their branches laden with fruit. The air was fresh, fragrant with the scent of pine and earth. This was home, a sanctuary. Anjali had lovingly restored the farmhouse. It was a perfect blend of old-world charm and modern comfort. Colonel Mehra ran his hand over the worn surface of the old swing. He could almost hear his grandfather's voice, narrating tales of bravery and adventure. Colonel Mehra traded his uniform for comfortable cotton shirts and a wide-brimmed hat. The soldier had become a farmer. He woke up with the sunrise, the chirping of birds his new bugle call. He found joy in nurturing the land, his hands calloused but strong. Arav became his little helper, his innocent curiosity a source of constant amusement. Together, they planted saplings, watered the fields, and watched the crops grow. The villagers welcomed him with open arms. They saw in him not a decorated soldier, but a humble servant, always ready to lend a helping hand. He organized health camps, helped set up a library, and shared his wisdom with the village youth. Years rolled by. One evening, Colonel Mehra sat on the porch swing, Arav by his side. The setting sun painted the sky in hues of orange and purple. He was reading to Arav from his grandfather's diary, stories of their ancestors who had served in the army. Arav, now a young scout, listened with rapt attention. He looked at his grandfather, his chest adorned with medals, and then at his own scout badges. He realized that service, courage, and duty were not just words, but a legacy passed down through generations. That night, as Colonel Mehra lay in bed, he felt a sense of contentment. He had fought for his country, nurtured his land, and most importantly, passed on the values of service and honor. The soldier in him would always remain, but now, he was content being a farmer, a grandfather, a pillar of his community. His was a life well lived, a legacy etched in the heart of a grateful village and a loving grandson. The last salute had been given, not on a parade ground, but in the quiet satisfaction of a life dedicated to service.